Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today guys, we are working on the Vauxhall Zafira. I've got a few bits and pieces that's come in for that car now. I've just been waiting for a few things. I will show you what they are. I will get into that in a second. I'm just going to explain a few things on that as well because I'm kind of stuck at the minute on that. But I'll get into that in just a minute. Before we get into any of that, guys, I just want to quickly give you a quick reminder about the Top Don JS3000 battery booster charger. That's not a charger, it's a booster, isn't it? It's a booster pack. Multifunctional booster pack. This is back in stock now. I had a few comments, a few people messaging me saying that they tried the link, but it weren't coming up. Well, this is now back in stock. And the link will work. So yeah, I'll put another link in this video as well, down below in the actual, in the description part of the video. So if you want to grab one, guys, go ahead and click on the link and it's back in stock. So yeah, just quickly, there we go. That's done. Right, let's move on. I'll explain quickly what's going on with this car and then we're going to jump straight into the Vauxhall Zafira, get it in the workshop and get cracking. So a very, very busy day. I did go and look at the blue Fiesta at the paint shop on Friday, late Friday afternoon. He said it was ready. To be fair, it was ready. He did do what I asked him to do, but it wasn't enough. As in, his paint work was okay, but the rest of the car was not. If you know what I mean? So, in the end, I just said, mate, just keep the car and just do the whole thing. He's doing all around the whole car. The only thing he ain't doing is the bonnet, the roof, and the tailgate. Everything else is being painted right around. So the colour match just wasn't great. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, there's enough paint there. Just get on with it and paint the whole thing. And he agreed, really. So he just wanted me to have a quick look at that. So yeah, that's that. I'll spin you around. Let's get cracking. I'll explain what's going on with this one. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Let me just explain what is going on with the Hyundai i20 that we done on Friday. You can see that the spotlight is back in place. Yeah, the spotlight's back in place. It's been repaired and done. So we shouldn't have a problem with that now. It's quite secure, I've got to be honest. Pretty much like all those staples around those brackets, it's never going to move. So probably a bit stronger than what factory is, I've got to be honest. But so that's done, guys. Let me explain what is going on with the rear. So we got an issue with the rear sensor. It's the speed sensor, ABS, okay? And this is exactly what it is here. This is the ABS speed sensor. And it goes over this here like that. It sits over like that, and that little magnetic thing inside there reads on this reader here. You can see it as it spins round. The magnetic picks up the actual read, and it reads, and that's how it reads. And you obviously plug it in. So I plugged the computer in, and I've done a live data test on each wheel. So basically you can pull up each wheel. I'll have to show you. Once we put it all back together, I'll show you what I mean. But you can pull up each wheel on the computer. You can spin the wheel and you can see it actually, the actual volume goes up and down as you spin the wheel. We've done that on all the other three wheels, but on this one, it would not move. It was just stuck at 0. So yeah, we're going to get into that. But I have ordered this part. Now, I went to the main dealer and they wanted £85 just for this main dealer. Or you can get the complete hub. It goes right through. You can, instead of whacking this off, you can buy the whole thing. Goes right through, including the front bearing on the hub. And the main dealer wanted £250. Your local sort of Euro car parts, places like that, they're going to want probably £80 plus VAT. But I managed to pick up one of these sensors off the old eBay. Don't matter how it's broke anyway. 25 quid. But we have to wait for it to turn up. It should be here tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. So yeah, not quite sure what else to do on this car at the minute, and that's why we're going to jump on the Zafira. We're going to crack on with the Zafira while we wait for the parts for that. I'm not doing anything on this. I'm not going to put it back together. Just going to leave it on the ramp like this. We'll get cracking on the Zafira over here. There's enough space in the workshop. It's bloody cold today. Really, really cold. I've got my heater going. So, yeah, pushes a bit of heat around. So, let me bring the Zafira in. I'll show you what happened, because obviously the last time we saw the Zafira, it went to the body shop, didn't it? So, I'm going to show you the repair behind the, what's happened behind the bumper and what he's done. We have to take it off anyway. I'll explain why we've got to take it off in a second. But let's get the car in. Let's have a look around it. And let's get cracking in today's video. Let's do this. Okay, guys, got the Zafira inside the workshop. So we've got some bits and pieces to do around this car today. I have been waiting for things to turn up, like little parts. One of them being the glass for this, because I tried to take it off the other car and it broke. So I had to order one of those, but it's not, it's only a few quid. The other thing I was waiting for as well, I'm waiting for two sensors for the front bumper, because two of those I think are no good. So I was waiting for those as well. And I thought, you know what, let's just get it all done together. You can see it's just smashed to pieces. And this one is it's broke. It's broke there. Can you see that? See that there? It's broke just there and it's loose. So, yeah, I went and bought two new ones from the main dealer. And got them here. Nice new sensors. Got to paint the top part. You can see I've got to paint that bit. I've got to paint that bit there. But at least we've got, two good brand new ones. This is from the Hyundai, but I've got an extra, like the buttons are missing on the front, in the middle. So I bought this off eBay, like £2.50. Job done. And this is the glass for the wing mirror, yeah. So, let's have a look at the rear, because the last time we saw this video, it went to the body shop to have that back section pulled out and sorted. So let's have a look. Obviously, we're not going to have we can't have a great look until we take the bumper off, but you can see already that he's done the work here, and he's done a little bit of spraying as well, a little bit of painting going across. So we are going to take this off, because we want to put some sensors down here and then get it refitted. But yeah, we're going to get into that. Remove this first. Then we'll have a good look behind the bumper, find out, the repair at the back, see what he's done. And yeah, just carry on, go from there and continue with this one. We should get quite a bit done today, I've got to be honest. I want to get the complete back sorted out, put all the trims back together, basically do as much as I can, even the exhaust, the underneath exhaust. I'm going to take off the other one that I showed you. It's brand new on the other one, so it just makes sense to swap them over. I know it's a bit of time, but it just makes sense to swap them over just in case there's an issue on the MOT with this one. If there's a leak or anything like that, or it's blowing, it's definitely worth just swapping them over. So definitely going to be doing that as well. Do the wing mirror. This door, I think I'm going to swap this door. No, I think I said it before. I'm gonna swap these doors over. I just think it's the other one's just in a little bit better condition. I think it's a little, not unless I can get those scuffs out. Not unless I can get those scuffs out. I might just quickly try and sort of flat and polish it quickly, just to see what it comes out like, because to be honest with you, it'd be quicker to flat and polish that and get any bits and pieces out the door than it would be to swap the doors over and the glass as well. So if I might swap the door cards over though, because you've got these little bit nipple things here sticking through. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I might check the door cards. A little bit scratchy. That's broken. You know? So, yeah, we might be doing that as well. But this one is definitely getting close, guys. Definitely getting there now. So let's continue first anyway. Let's crack on with the back. Get this bumper off. Have a look behind there. See what the repair's been like. And then hopefully, or if it's all good, we can start with the sensors. I've got to cut the holes out for them sensors. It's going to be a bit of a job, I've got to be honest, but it's got to be done. So let's just crack on and yeah, see how far we get. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So, yeah, as you can see, the lights are off, the rear lights, and the bumper has been taken away, just so that we can see, you know, what is going on, what's been done, and I'll show you. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see exactly what's gone on, because obviously the crash bar and the plastic trim now is in the way, is in place, but he's got it absolutely spot on. Like the actual angle that comes up where it should be. Obviously the crash bar was fitted anyway. It wasn't an issue with that. The issue was at the top part here, wasn't it? It was in a little bit and under. But yeah, I've got to say, he's he's absolutely smashed it out of the park again. I don't know if he's cut it or not, because obviously you can see all this is all seam sealer, all this here. I just don't know if he's done it or not. I think he may have done, you know, because the seam sealer goes up a little bit there and there. So he wasn't there when I picked it up. It was one of his workers was there when I picked the car up, so I didn't actually manage to speak to him, and the worker that was there don't speak much English, I've got to say, so I couldn't understand, really. We couldn't understand each other, and yeah, a little bit of a language breakdown when it comes to discussing what had happened. I tried to get it out of him, but he just didn't understand. He kept saying, "Me no speak English, me no speak English." And yeah, that after the second go, I just give up. I thought, oh, okay. But yeah, next time I see him or speak to him, I will have a chat with him to see, you know, exactly what's been done. But it lines up. It's all there. It's all straight. So that's the main thing. And you know, it's all been sealed up as well. You can see the seam sealer, like, and it's spray. So he's actually sprayed it up for me as well, which is good. So yeah, I think he's done an absolute pucker job. So I'm well happy with that. So that's that done. We've looked at that. Now we can move on, get the bumper done and get the bumper back on. And then we can move on. But before I set you up and we go for the bumper, I just want to quickly explain a couple of things. First of all, I've took these lights off. And as you can see, there's water inside. Water inside. Not water, water inside the lights. You can see it all there, look. Now, I've just checked online, and it's quite a common fault with these rear Zafira lights, getting the water inside the lights. Now, a lot of people are saying that it's to do with the actual, the light thing here. The bulb connector, whatever. I'm going to have to do this. Get it in one hand. Don't think I'm going to. Apparently these are quite wet behind there. It's quite open. It's got to be running from the top, because obviously, you know, water will always gravity fed. You know, it'll always go down first. So it's got to be coming from the top here somewhere. So I'm just assuming it's coming down here through the light here, and then going down there somehow. So I just want to address that, really, because it's not great, is it? Like, I want to try and prevent that and stop that if we can. I know we've got a piece of foam that's supposed to be sort of stopping that, I suppose, but it's clearly not. So I want to have a little look at that. I might put a bit of mastic around here, just a little bit further, just so that the water diverts around this rather than going down into it. The other thing I could do as well is put a bit of find out where the actual head, the rear lights, where they sit. They're probably going to sit against that there, come across here. So if I put some mastic across here and then come down, as the water comes and runs down here, it's not going to run into the light. It's going to go around and divert around the actual light. So that might help. I might do that. Yeah, it's just little things like that, guys, really, that sort of gets to me. Like, I can't leave it like, I can't put it back like that, knowing that it's like that. I'd rather just try and deal with it now. It's a bit of time, bit of mastic, but it's, for me, I feel better knowing that I've done it and helped it going forward. It should be all right. So anyway, that's just the way I think anyway. So I'm going to do that. You can see me doing that. We've also got to do this bumper. So basically, the bottom part of that is the rear sensors. Now, on the old bumper, is that here? Hold on. Yeah, is that here? Let me bring it in and show you. I think you're going to know what I'm talking about, but I'll bring it in, and then you can see exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, you can see now where the holes are. These are for the rear sensors. For the on the rear, you've got all these little holes. It's taped as well along there. You've got holes here as well to hold it in place. So we've got to get all that, all that cut out into that one, so we can put the trim in and get the rear sensors fitted and mounted. You know, it just needs to be done, guys. It's not nothing I could do about it. I've got to, there's no point keeping it unplugged and not having the rear sensors. I want to make sure I'll try and get this back to the way it was. So what I've done is already done a template, and this is my template of the actual rear part with the holes. So I just put a bit of tape on it, marked it off, took it off, cut it out, and then that, when we stick that over the bumper, then I'll use that as a guide to know where the holes need to be cut out, and we'll just get that. I need to get that done as well. It's a bit tricky because they're round, but it's got to be done. So yeah, let's might square them off actually instead of doing them round. I might square them off. They might be a bit quicker, a bit easier to square them. Still fit for purpose. It's just that they're square. Right, let me set you up. Let's get cracking. We need to get on with this, get that done, get the lights done, get that sorted out, put it all back together, and get the rear end done so that we can move on to the front. And the side door as well. The side door needs a good flat and polished in it. So, got loads going on, guys. Let's set you up. Let's keep going. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, let me just cut in there, explain what is going on. So, done the rear bumper, the sensors, they're all back in place. And I'm not sure if they work at the minute, I haven't tested them, but I will do in a second. I'll just sort of, you know, plugging it back in and yeah, see how it goes. But I will test them to make sure they're good. So yeah, I'm working on the lights as well. As you can see, I've put a bit of mastic here. So basically when the light goes in, that actually doesn't touch the light itself. So you won't, you know, the next owner won't have problems removing that light, rear light, to get the bulbs changed. It's just, I'm just trying to make a bridge so that any water does run down here, it's going to run either way and not down into the light. So yeah, it's just those little bits and pieces like that I like to do, guys, just to sort of help it along a little bit. Like I said to you before, most people would have just thrown them on and wouldn't care. So that's where I think I differ from other people. You know, not everyone, but some people, I think I just do that little bit extra thing towards it. Whether or not it pays to do it, I think it not necessarily, sometimes it doesn't. But for peace of mind, for myself, knowing that there's not going to be issues going forward, or, you know, it's better. I just find it better. So that's what I've done. I'm going to put the rear lights back in place, put the clusters back in, get it all buttoned up, get it all back together, and then that should really be the rear end done, finished. I've just checked the lights, the bulbs, all works. Just checked the number plates, bulbs are there, are working as well. Just, you know, just my MOT checks, basically. As I'm going through the car, I'm doing those MOT checks to make sure that everything's good when we finally take it for an MOT. Hopefully tomorrow. You never know. Might have time tomorrow. But yeah, I'll crack on with that. I'll set you up. Let's get that done, finished off and finished. And then we're going to move on to the front, move on to the side, do the door, do the mirror, and just do anything else we need to do here. Put all the seats back together, all the trims back in place. You know, just completely finish this back end, and then we're basically just going to work through the car to the front. So let's continue. Let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, let me just cut in here and let you know what's been going on. So, I've got this, the glue behind this film is crazy. Like, it's just so hard to get off. I've still got to get this one off, which is in there. It's still tacky still. Got to do that one, and we've got to do that one as well. But this side's completely off, all cleaned, all done. And how I managed to get it off in the end was paint thinners. And it just sort of eventually just come off. It come off pretty quick with the paint thinners. So that's what I'm going to use on the rest of the glass. It doesn't have to be done right now. I really want to get this. Do you know I spoke to you about? I told you about this door card, yeah. Well, this one is actually different to the one that's outside my donor one. This one's electric. The donor one is handle. So unfortunately I can't swap them over, which is a shame. The other thing I've worked out as well, the seat is different in this one than it is in the donor one. So again, can't swap it over, which is, you know, again, it's a shame because of that. But it is what it is. I can't change everything. I knew there's gonna be slight difference when it comes to the two cars, because it's not exactly the same year and not exactly the same spec. This one's a little bit more higher spec compared to the other one. And then yeah, I did thought there was gonna be some slight differences, but the other thing as well is that this trim here I wanted to change, because you can see that it's all like sort of just peeling and stuff. It just looks worn. But again, it's slightly different on the other one. So again, I can't really sort of swap it over. So yeah, that's where we are. I want to crack on with the front end now, guys. I want to get this front bumper sensors looked at and started on. Don't know if we're going to get it finished today, but let's have a go. I've got to drill out all the holes. I've got to reseal all, hot staple all the brackets on. There's a lot that I've got to do. So let me take it outside. Let me spin it round, bring it back in, so that the back end is at the other side, and then the front end's here, so we can work on the front end and get it all off, and the bumper and stuff like that. But so far, so good. It is taking time, this one, but I feel like we're getting to the end point now. We're getting all the bits and pieces all wrapped up and all done and swapped over. So yeah, and it's looking a lot better. It's looking more like a car now than it is a van with blacked out windows on the back. So yeah, definitely getting there. Definitely a nice little family car when I'm finished. But let's carry on. Let's turn it round, and we'll do the front bumper parking sensors. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me just explain what I'm doing, because I don't, I need to cut in and cut out, explain what I'm doing. People don't understand what I'm doing, what's going on, what's he doing? So basically, this is the one that I'm putting everything back into and swapping from that one. But as you can see, there's like the sensor there, going round, yeah? Now, on this one, how I managed to do it so quick was for basically, the marks are on the back here where the sensors go through. So, let me just get a torch. If I show you, can you see it there? So basically, that's the hole that needs to be cut out. Again, over here. You can just see it. See the outline there? So that's where the hole needs to be cut out for the sensor. And over here. So, yeah. Well, obviously they do these. It's generic, isn't it? So, it's with sensors or without, but the actual markings are still there on the bumper, just in case this one needed sensors or not. So, yeah, that's why it's gone so well and gone so. I didn't even know that. I didn't even see them. So, yeah, that's why it's going to be so quick. So basically, I've used a step drill to go through slowly, using a step drill until I'm able to just push it in with a little bit of snugness. And this is the drill I'm talking about when it comes to step drills. So you slowly drill and push it in. It's very tricky, very sort of fiddly job, but if you get it right, they fit so snug. And this one is just really snug. It's just grabbing. Plus, I'm going to go around this with my hot staple gun and put staples all around that plastic bit there to hold it in place. It's never going to move. It's going to probably be stronger than that at a factory, I've got to be honest. So, yeah, because I just used that to go behind it, and it just popped off, and I'm going to do that on those ones there and just go do the other three. Swap over the spotlights. I've already done this side, put that one on, put the cover on the other side, and then put this cover, the old cover on that bumper. And yeah, that's basically, this is obviously the wiring loom going round, and it just sort of fits onto that connects to that. Yeah, that connects to that there, like that, and then that goes up there onto that one. That connects to there, and and that then goes into that there. It's all there. It's all it fits as it should, because obviously, like I said, it's generic sort of bumper. But yeah, that's basically what I've got to do, guys. But I just wanted to explain that, just in case people are thinking, like, what's he doing? What's he doing there then? So, yeah, that's it. Let me set you back up. Let's carry on. Just converting all the stuff across over to there. I have got those two new sensors that I told you about. They're over here. I sprayed them earlier. So, there we go. Sprayed them silver. So we'll fit those two, probably fit them in the middle, those two there, and then the two outside ones can be original. But there's probably a slight difference in that colour. I've got to say. We'll see what it looks like, I suppose. But yeah, it's definitely getting there, guys. Time is absolutely cracking on as well. I think it's like 2:30 already. But we've done a lot today, I've got to be honest, on this. But I'm going to continue for now. Let's just see how far we get. And, yeah, carry on for now. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, making some real good progress now on this. I've done all the cuts. It's all in place. Just got to do a little bit more fiddly working it out. But it's definitely sort of, yeah, we are definitely getting in now. It's looking good. So I've just got to place them up a bit more. Have a little fiddle around with that. I did do the hot welding with the staples. I'll show you that. It's probably a lot more secure than it is from factory, I've got to be honest. But yeah, just hot welded them and then just sort of pushed the plastic around the cover to hold it in place. All of them, they're all done. Put the spotlights back in place. Put the old trims back on the other one. And yeah, we can then put that bumper back on the donor car. And then, you know, that's done with. But unfortunately, guys, I've run out of time again. It's just, don't get me wrong, we have done quite a bit today. We are getting through this car very, very well. It's turning out a nice one, this one. So we're going to resume this tomorrow. Crack on with this tomorrow and get this bumper also. I might just sort of stay for another hour if I can. And then just get those sensors connected properly, and then, you know, all done and all buttoned up. I just don't want to rush it. And then, yeah, and then we can put it all back together, and then put the wheel arches back in place. I want to change the exhaust pipe underneath, so we've got to do that as well. Take that off the donor car and do that. But yeah, it's getting close. I'm getting really, really happy with the way that it's turning out now. So, but yeah, we'll carry on tomorrow. We'll get this more or less wrapped up tomorrow, I think. The other thing that's going on tomorrow, I'm picking up the blue Fiesta from the paint shop tomorrow morning. Bring that back. We've got to carry on with that as well. I'll show you what's happened. I've already been there once to the paint shop, and I wasn't happy with the way that it come out. It's not the painter's fault. It's the colour's fault, or it could be my fault, because I told him what to do. But I'll explain exactly what's happened when I bring it back tomorrow. That's the blue Fiesta. We can crack on with that one. We can crack on with this one and get this one done as well. The white Fiat 500, that's going to the paint shop. So you'll have that one. Hopefully, we've got some parts being delivered for this, the parking sensor as well. So we've got to wait for that. Hopefully that comes, well, it'll be tomorrow now. Unless I get home and it's there, which will be, yeah, really, really good. But I can't see it. The wife normally sort of messages me and tells me I've got a parcel or package. Do you want me to bring it over? But I don't think it's there, because otherwise she would have messaged me. But anyway, we just wait for that, guys. We've got loads of other bits and pieces to crack on with and do. So, yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me continue with this Vauxhall Zafira. It's going to be a nice one when I'm finished. Definitely. And, you know, at least it's looking more like a car now, rather than a, rather than a van. Tell you what, though, it's a lot of tight getting the kids in and out of that, innit? They just jump over that right, do they? I suppose they do. But yeah, what a lovely, really spacious actually. Lovely space in this car. So, I can't see this hanging around, this one. But yeah, definitely getting there. I want to, you know, clean the seats as well. Put the upholstery cleaner on the seats, all over the seats, on the floor, hoover up, tidy up, clean. It's still got to be cleaned inside and out. We've got a few bits and pieces to do on it. But at least we're getting there. At least we're getting there, yeah. So all the sensors are back on the back bumpers on. And we're going through it. We're going through it, guys. But yeah. That's going to be the end of today's video. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate the support, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Take care. See you soon.